Hey guys, what's good? This is Rising Phoenix 1. I can see we just got a match, and we're going to talk about a whole bunch of content that dropped. We are now in day 2 of the Great Reset, right? We no longer have the benefit of the clearly glitched Super Spectacular Suns jersey, but a whole bunch of content dropped. Since we have a match, let's just go to Live Pass. The Jokic card is the premium path ultimate master, and he looks fantastic. And Jokic cards are usually really, really good, especially on AI. So let's go to the limited time events, Live Pass. And so I have completed milestone 15 on the standard path and am 100 away from completing milestone 16. What's going on? Because I've only completed one on the premium path. So sadly, for the third month in a row, Live Pass is broken on deploy. Okay, this is a problem, and it will be fixed, but I don't know when. And I know they did a maintenance yesterday, and after they knew it was broken, that fixed it for people who bought it after that time. But for the bulk of us who bought it straight out of the gate, this is something that's still waiting to be fixed. I'm hoping it will be fixed Monday. So the master on the free path or the standard path is Kawhi. And Kawhi looks good. He looks good. Not great, but he looks good. But the thing is, he's a better option at 92 small forward in your strategic lineup than Butler is, because at least he can shoot. And Kawhi cards oftentimes shoot above their stats and generally play above their stats. So, his on-ball defense is great. His steal is okay. His shooting looks good, except for the shooting touch and 3 points kind of low. His speed is really high. He looks good. His strength is good. His rebounding looks good. He's an 83 primary rebounding stats, unboosted. That's pretty good. I should already have this Kyrie card, but because it's broken, I don't. But he looks great. Look at his speed and agility. Look at his shooting stats. Look at his dribbling and dribbling speed. Look at his quickness in his first step. Holy cow. This card looks really good. 91 steal. I should have this card already, but I don't. And then I should actually have this court and jersey already, but I don't. And then, of course, we get all the way down here till we get to Jokic. The issue here with this being broken on deploy is I had a whole bunch of carryover tickets, Live Pass tickets. I had a bunch of from the mint condition foil Dwight Howards that I sold for 15 Live Pass tickets each. I had 2 or 3 Edwards that were 30. So I came in with almost 300. And this is what I'm going to say. If it wasn't broken, I would have claimed this card yesterday, 96 Wilt. So, until it's fixed, I won't be able to do that. It's, I know in my job, there's fires come up and you have to put fires out, and maybe certain things don't get the attention they should get in the timely fashion that they should get. But this Live Pass should not be broken on deploy 3 months in a row or 2 months in a row. It impacted me the first time, when was that? March. But mine was fixed with the maintenance that same day. Some other people, though, had to wait like a week or two, which that's not acceptable in my book. But it is what it is, right? So, and then to have it again broken on deploy in April, it did not impact me. I don't know why mine wasn't broken, but other people's were broken, and that was a problem. Same problem, premium path broken, and that's what you pay for. And a lot of guys who only spend on one thing, Live Pass, because it's by far the best deal in the game. So yeah, and then for it to happen this time, three months in a row is not. It's just not okay, you know. I'm not going to get mad or yell or scream or curse or anything like that. It's just flat out not okay, and it needs to be fixed tomorrow, and it needs to attention needs to be directed to it so that it's not busted on deploy again. All right, we got a 93, and we're playing as this 98 strategic, and just so you can see, well, that's him, but I've got plus 14 shooting, and so yeah, he's using his road to gold lineup, it looks like. All right, let's play. Gameplay was brutally bad yesterday. I mean, the worst experience with gameplay I think I've ever had. It was tough. Today's been inconsistent, so sometimes it's okay, and then, you know, the next time I played a 90 the last time, and I mean, it was like 18-9. Nice block, huh? See that tricky block? You have to scroll back and watch it again. Alternate, when all else is lost and you're beat at the hoop, alternately spamming really fast the switch and block button sometimes results in plays like that. That's in. No. All right, go ahead. Let's go with Clay. It was such a good card. I knew I'd jinx him. I knew it. So I should have waited until after the shot went in or missed. All right. Come on, guys. He's got Magic. Oh, and he's got AI. He's got Iverson out there. I don't know which version of Iverson it is, if it's the actual, the 94 or not. I don't know. Nice steal by Anunoby. Take it, OG. Nice. Minute in. More than a minute in, halfway through. And the only reason we're up 9-0 is because they're missing their shots. Oh, and that one super spectacular block. Alternately spamming the switch and block button. But only when all else is lost, right? There's no other hope. You just gave it to him. I knew I was doing it. Thought I could steal it. Magic. This is what I mean, that the shooting has just been so inconsistent. I mean, I've only got 12 points and there's 30 seconds left. Thank you, Clay. And I have a decent three-point shooting boost, so, but it's some of the other stuff that we lost, like all those other stats, man, they add up, right? And, you know, no, it wasn't the wrong thing for EA to do what they did. Shoot. Who do I want to shoot with? Let's just go with Magic. Buzzer beater's good, 18-5. Not much, but I don't think we got any steals either. All right, well, you know, it's an adjustment period, right? After we practically broke the game with that Suns jersey, right? The most glitched item in the history of EA. It was fun to have for a couple weeks. And yes, I miss it. And also, yes, EA did the right thing by fixing it. All right, so that was Live Pass. Let's take a quick look at the monthly master, Allen Iverson. This time you get several versions of him as you progress through. All of your Live Pass points carry over. The way I understand it is, we have these 2-month mini seasons within season 5. We're in season 2 now. Season 3, I think, will start June 1st. So with the next monthly master, if I understand it correctly, the emblems will not carry over at all, but I can't rule out that they'll carry over half again. So that's something we need some clarity on from from EA. Who makes this game? Yeah, EA, Electronic Arts. Sooner rather than later. So, I don't want to waste time grinding stuff that the only reason I'm grinding it is for monthly master points. So, great looking card though. A 97 3-point shot. His speed and agility are insane. His inside game is great. His defense and steal is okay. His court general stuff, lower right-hand corner, is really good. So, but it's really his page 1 stats are just really, really good, right? So, the big plus with him, excuse me, is that he has the gym rat boost and it's elite. So if we go to my strategic lineup where I have him on the bench, with Walton in for his GOAT boost to team. You can see he's a 101. And he has the same boost that the 91 Booker has, who I had been using. But so when I put Booker in, watch my lineup drop to a 97, just because of how I have it currently configured. Using the Sixers jersey, it doesn't match anything yet. So this is a really valuable card. It's going to be a great bench card. I played two gameplays yesterday with Iverson. The first one, he was on fire. He couldn't miss. And then the second one, he couldn't do anything. Where this card, in my view, every version of Iverson ultimately suffers is his height, 6 foot. So he's almost always at a height disadvantage when he's shooting, which leads to more contested shots and more challenge shots. So I probably won't start him. We also got, this came from buying the Live Pass, Bob Pettit. We thought he was going to be a 93, but he's a 92. But still, that's better than 89 Giannis. And at some point, I'm going to play just starting him just for the heck of it to see how he does. I mean, his stats don't look horrible, right? He's slow, but so are the stats on Duncan. His strength, his tip in, his vertical are really good. His rebounding looks really good. Inside game, good, except, dunking is low. Shooting, you're not going to shoot with him. His defense is not very good, though. He's got some good stats in his post work, offensive post work, not defensive post work. So it's a good card. It's a valuable card because it helps me have options at 98 OVR for the team. All right, so we've talked about Live Pass, we've talked about the monthly master, and then that takes us to the promo. Golden Week. I'll just say it straight up for the reasons I'm going to get into. I consider this a good promo. I give it a thumbs up. In terms of the cards, I don't think it measures up to the last two promos and the card choices, but there are some cards that are helpful to me, and there may be cards that are helpful to you too. First things first, is this grindable? All the way to the end, I don't know. I know the guys that I communicate with on a daily basis who are basically grinders, very low money spent. Maybe they buy the live pass. We're doing a lot of complaining yesterday in the beginning that this is not going to be grindable. Of course, the events are only once a day, but you know the way this is designed so that it's a straight line points-based deal, but the sets loop back into those points rather than existing for purposes of boosting up masters or whatever. So it's a well-designed promo that way, and we'll get to that in a minute. So you may need Simmons. You may need a 92-point card. Maybe you don't have Magic. Or I know some guys just prefer using Simmons because they have a lot more success, and his defense and stealing looks really good. A lot more success getting steals with him. Hachimura is a hell of a good choice for the finesse lineup. We needed a higher OVR power forward besides Zion, because other than that, I had 88 Danny Ferry from one of the NBA greats. So yeah, that was a hole that was well plugged by this card. The problem is they put them all the way at 80,000 points, right side by side with the Grandmaster Jerry West, and yeah, I wish they hadn't done that, because you have to get all the way to the end. And I don't know if it's grindable all the way to the end, but it very well may be, because I'm going to tell you from my experience, this thing goes a lot faster than you think it's going to go once you start to get the tokens, which are really the fuel for the whole deal. And we'll look at that. Colin Sexton, another 92 plus shooting guard, finesse. Don't understand that. Pretty decent looking card though, but I don't understand it. Now, if you don't have T-Mac and you don't have Harden, then maybe maybe this is the card for you, right? But we are overflowing with 92 plus finesse shooting guards, and I would throw into that category the 91 Devin Booker, because he has that gym rat boost, so he boosts to at least 92 status, or what a 92 would boost to. So we got a bunch of them, and but you may not have those cards, so this might be the card that you're going, oh, thank goodness, that's exactly what I need. In which case, cool. Simmons is easily acquirable, no money spent. Sexton is also easily acquirable, no money spent. Pretty sure Yuta Watanabe is acquirable too. We needed him for power coach for small forward. Certainly a better option, I think, than Dominique, at least based on his shooting stats. And, 6'11" small forward, so he may shoot above his stats just because of his height. But this card looks all right. Not great, but it looks all right. His rebounding looks good. He should have good rebounding. He's 6'11". And then we get to Jerry West, and I just got to say, for me, this is a bench card. I played a couple gameplays with him yesterday, mindful of the fact that gameplay was just the worst all season. Yesterday, I was scoring like 14 points against lower OVRs in 2.5 minutes of gameplay in Showdown. So yeah, it was tough. Shooting about 30% maybe. Yeah, it was bad. A little bit better today, but you just saw there, not great by any means. So we'll get there. We'll get there. We need some cards with boosts. Yeah, he's 6'2", which isn't terrible, but it's not a card that I'm probably going to use anymore starting. Certainly not when we got these big, tall point guards, so a bench card, yeah, right now, he doesn't help me except in my road to gold lineup. So the cards themselves are not as good as the card choices from the last two promos, Search for El Dorado and Mint Edition, or Mint Condition. What was it? Mint Condition, I think. But I think there's something for everyone in this promo, and it is largely grindable, if not fully grindable. I think you'll be surprised, because the guys today now are saying, geez, I can get all the way to Watanabe. So at least the guys I talk to on a regular basis who don't spend on these promos. So that's not too shabby. If we go to the map, we've got, this is 20 events. So the first thing I did, I went to the store and I bought the starter packs, and there were two. One was 12,000 NBA cash plus a bunch of points or something like that. And the other was just your basic, like, $20 starter pack with points and cards and, everything you need. I always buy those. I think they're the best deal in the game, next to Live Pass. But, so you play 20 of those. That took a while. And then you play this one. These are all one event each, et cetera, et cetera. We don't have to go through all that, but you got to get to 80,000 points. So I played those, and then I decided, because, I went to the store and I had quite a fair amount of NBA cash to start with. And then when I bought the Live Pass stuff and the starter stuff for this promo, I had like a ton of NBA cash. And I still have a lot, but I had more. So, one of the first things I do is I go here, right? Here. Come on, open up. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh man, not another 1-to-1 ratio, right? And then I look at the 80,000 points needed, and I can do the math in my head. I'm like, that's 80,000 NBA cash. No way, right? So I resolved to, at the most, buy basically 2 Simmons, right? So let's go back here, because that wasn't too terrible an investment. Wasn't a terrible investment at all. But so what am I getting right out of the gate? And at this point, I haven't even looked at the sets, right? Stupid of me, but it worked out. I was stupid and I got lucky. So I'm getting all these tokens. I don't know what they're for. I get Nurkic, okay, and I get Simmons. I might have gone to this next one here. All right. So I've spent what I'm going to spend, and it wasn't a lot. It was like, I don't know. I don't know what level this is, but mindful that I'd gotten some points from grinding and from the starter packs. It was maybe like, I don't know what it was, but it seemed like it was, it felt like it was like 20,000 NBA cash. So then I get to these sets, right? And this is the loop I'm talking about. So, all these tokens have one purpose. That is to give you more cards. To do what? Well, to fill these, which are great because they're fillable without having to have specific cards. So that's 2,250. And let's say, you only had 3 cards there. Well, this buyout is like 1/2 of what these cards would cost in the store. And if you had 4 of them, this buyout is less than 1/4 of what you'd have to pay in the store for these points. So that got my attention, right? Then you have these sets up here. Now these need specific cards, but it's 7,500 points, and you only have to get to 80,000, and there's 4 of these. So just by completing these, you're 40% of the way done. And I had just spent to right around to Simmons, or 1 or 2 milestones after, and I had a lot of these tokens, these Golden Week tokens. That's the fuel for this whole thing. I'm filling this setup. I fill all of these up. And the thing about these 7,500 ones, see I'm missing a card there. This was only a $1,000 buyout. So I'm looking at that, $1,000 NBA cash. That's a lot, but for 7,500 points, that's 1/7 of the cost, less than 1/7 of the cost in the store. So now this is starting to look really good to me. This one I completed without the 2 highest cards, and it was a $2,000 NBA cash buyout. But already I'm like, well, that's better than, that's like only 1/3, less than 1/3 of what it would cost in the store. And then this one I completed completely. So boom, now what happens is we go back to here, and because you're getting all those points from those sets, now I'm getting 10 more tokens, 14 more tokens, Wall, Sexton, and it just continues to fuel like that. So then you go back to the sets, and these are done, but I can still keep claiming this, right? And before I knew it, without spending any more NBA cash other than the buyouts, which were a fraction of the cost of the points in the store, all of a sudden Hachimura and West popped up, and I'm like, what? How did this happen? So it's a really cool loop the way they design this, and that's why I say this is the most reasonably priced promo since October of season 3, and it's because of the way it's set up in the sets. I love this design because it saves spenders money. And I'll tell you what, EA, you'll get more people to spend. You'll probably make more money. Because when I looked at this, it was like, this is an 80,000 NBA cash promo. No, it's not. It's not even 1/4 of that. So it worked out pretty well. And when I was done with it, I was like, well, how did that happen? So excellent job of putting a nice spin on what is otherwise a straight points progression promo, which is frankly my favorite kind of promo. Although, I was like, man, they need more awards. Why are they using, when I first looked at it, why are they using all these tokens? There's too many tokens. There's not enough rewards. There should be a court. There should be a coach. There should be this. There should be that. Until I went to the sets and went, oh, I get it. What a good design. So I don't know who designed this promo, but man, you did a really good job. For a straight points progression, these sets are spot frickin' on. And of course there's trade-in. So you can trade in if you need a specific card to complete that 7,500 point set. You have select, and shoot, it only takes 2 cards. So they got rid of that 3. The last 2 promos have had 2 in the select sets. Very well designed promo. Golden Week, pretty much, the map pretty much looks like what we're used to from other seasons, which is fine. But this part of it, perfect. Really, really good job. This part of it, I'm not as impressed, but, you know, there's something for everybody here. The only thing I really would have liked to see different is that Hachimura should have been at a lower milestone rather than putting him at the same milestone with Jerry West. You know, that may have kind of just been like bait. People want Hachimura, so they'll make the extra effort. But if you're spending, you know, if you're inclined to spend, then this is probably this is a really good one for you. If you're inclined to spend a little, there's a good chance you're going to finish this promo completely. And if you're inclined to just grind and not spend, I suspect at a minimum you're going to get to Watanabe. And, you know, that's not bad free to play to get a 92 Ben Simmons, a 92 Colin Sexton, and a 92 Yuta Watanabe at 6'11" at small forward. So, yeah, I have to say, you know, this is 3 promos in a row. I know some people would say 4 promos in a row, but for me, it's 3 promos in a row that I'm like, whoa, okay, you know. So the ship has definitely turned, and in a really good way, right? So finish it off here just by looking. We got a lot of high-level point guards. There you see the 3 strategic ones that are kind of overlapping, right? Especially when you throw in 88 monthly master, heavily boosted Oscar Robertson. So we're pretty well set at strategic point guard, and we're way overset at finesse shooting guard, right? And so that's an issue. Nice job filling in the power forward position on this promo with Hachimura, if you can get him. That's a valuable add to the finesse lineup. Gives me options instead of having just one way to do the finesse and stay at a 98. Pettit helps a lot down here. Really nothing else, as you can see from the promo. I'm using Magic over Ben Simmons and over West for sure. But, you know, this Iverson card, man, it gives me options. So right now I'm at, this is my manual play. So this is the boosted team. I'm at plus 14. But if I wanted to, I could take Walton out. And I could take this Mavericks jersey. And I'm pretty sure now I'm going to need to put, wouldn't it be nice to have Kawhi there already? But you see, so I can get up to plus 14 and stay at 98. However, I've got 9 matching. That matches, that doesn't match. Check this out. Boost a team. We got plus 16. So I can get up to plus 16 there. But I got to have Butler in. at small forward. So that's why I think Kawhi is going to be a valuable card. Obviously, I sacrifice a bunch of other stuff on the left side. So it's not, I don't think that's the optimal lineup to just have all of that junk. So let's take this Mavs out and put our Elite High Flyer jersey in. And put who? Anunoby up there. And now with that, and now I'm matching, so I only need to match 8. So I'm pretty sure I can go back to this. Still use this Walton card with the boosted team. They told us we'd be using it for a long time. They were right. And then our boosted team looks much better, even though the shooting is dropped by 2. So to me, this is the play and wait boost for this strategic lineup. And then power, you know, it's changed a lot. Look at the middle of that lineup. You know, you got Iverson, you got Watanabe and Hachimura. Looking pretty good. Yep. So I can only get it to a 97. And then the road to gold, I can only get to a 96 by using West. And part of the reason is, I don't know why, but because he doesn't help my, he drops my strategic lineup to a 97 versus Oscar. But you can see in this lineup, when I put Oscar in, just because there's generally less boosts, he only goes up to a 91, and he boosts Magic to a 96. So I put West in, he goes up to a 96. Magic only goes, where does Magic go? And he's a 99. Wow. So, not sure what happened there. Wait a minute. Did I do that right? Was I even looking at the right lineup? Oh yeah, he's a 96 because, well, no, I don't know why. So here he's a 96, boosted, getting a boost from below. And here I put the 94 there. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, he drops down to a 95 because he's not boosted. But overall, I'm now at a 95.5 OVR at the point guard position. So that takes us up to a 96, which is for sure the highest you can get the road to gold lineup right now. So yeah, guys, that's it. I know this has been a really long video, but there's been a lot to talk about. It's probably not as long as the one I recorded a little while ago that went over an hour, although and I didn't have the microphone on. So yeah, this is a great card. This is a great card, and there's some decent cards there that in here that, you know, at least one or two of them is going to be able to benefit you, I would imagine. So the cards themselves are kind of the somewhat down point to the promo, but the promo itself is really good, and it's good for grinders and it's good for spenders. So, you know, that's scratching every itch you can scratch. So good luck grinding this, guys, if you're grinding it, and have a great Sunday, and remember, peace out.